NASA needs to tell us what happened, because what happened is something's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong, and NASA is involved, specifically Orion. Orion, as it's coming past the moon right here. Well, no. We took video footage, and this was first released by the Associated Press. No, so you got to watch this. You've got to watch what happened. This is supposed to be the moon. And good morning. We need to know. We truly do need to know why is just one part of the moon showing up like that as Orion flew over a couple of Apollo's landings. Okay, this is a NASA thing, you all. So NASA needs to tell us what happened. That was yesterday, late last night. Something is definitely going on to the moon, with the moon, and NASA's got its stamp on it in the corner of the screen. This was a NASA thing. They know what's going on. It looks like we can zoom up on this moon. We can zoom up on it. This is supposed to be the moon, but this does not look like the moon at all. It looks like something quite different. If you're just tuning in, it is something quite different. I've never seen it before with one of NASA's products. I haven't. But to show Orion flying over it, that's it's another story. It is another story. Amy and Dragonfly Honey, and good morning, Judy. Yeah, it's another story. You can see it right there. It doesn't look like the moon at all. It doesn't. Well, it does look like the moon, somewhat look like the moon. If you go back on a lot of the moon footage that we did, zooming up out on the moon in my own yard with my Nikon camera, we zoomed up and zoomed up and zoomed up and zoomed up and put it in a filtering system. And that moon don't look like a moon at all. It actually looks like some kind of holographic technology up there in the sky, holographic. And you can see, but we couldn't see this, right? Something like this occurring. We couldn't see this, but we could see holographic looking thing up there in the sky when it came to the moon. And the same thing with the clouds. The same thing with the clouds. We saw it. You could see the shading that was quite apparent. Not with that, but with this right here, moon. NASA needs to tell us, really, why we're seeing that. And it can't be due to the video footage and the, I don't know, whatever they would say, somebody would say. No, it's something much greater. It's something much greater going on. And it's like the world has literally it reminds me of a Minecraft. I didn't play a Minecraft before, but this is this was official footage that was released. It was Associated Press, and then NASA had its symbol thing on it, its icon on it, and good morning. Yeah. Amy, they can't tell us because there's a lot more to tell. They can't tell us because if they were to come out with the truth, this is, yeah, just one truth. And then it would, people would want answers. We could have shifted timelines. We really could have shifted timelines. We could be in some type of We could be on a parallel Earth. It's not normal. It isn't normal at all, no matter what's going on. Hello, Mickey Martin, honey. So this is the third video on that. Last night, the very first video, we showed this in depth. I wasn't even going to show that last night. I didn't even know that existed. I was just going to show my moon footage when I was outside filming the moon with my cell phone. But no, I changed my mind at the last minute. Literally within seconds, I changed my mind. Watch this, you all. See, it was a NASA product too. A NASA product that once emerging from behind the moon, this, I guess, Orion, it went over. It flew over some of Apollo's landing sites. Right there, a couple of them. And this is the footage they showed. And they showed it slightly moving because there was movement occurring, as you can see right here. It's depicted with the sides, the edges of the moon. Like that. Depicted with the edges of the moon. And either this video's totally, you know, computerized or there's something like a Death Star or something up there in the sky, something like that. Instead of a normal moon, there's something like a Death Star thing up there. A massive ship or something. Yeah. NASA's a fantasy producer. Hollywood's a fantasy producer. The news at times is a fantasy producer. And that type of technology has fallen into ordinary hands also, where and AI can produce it too. AI can produce this too. Now, AI can produce anything. You speak it, and it can bring it into existence. That's how intelligent it is. I don't know why anyone else, when this footage was released, why didn't anyone else pick up on that? Really, you have to ask yourself. Because you know it got seen by more people than this channel. It got seen by more people than this channel, but yet no one shared it. Okay, we shared it. We ran into it and we shared it. We did. Warmwood's coming. Yep. Good morning. Your pink suits you. Well, I needed something warm, and I thought this is the best thing because it's freezing outside. It was freezing upstairs too. It's good to have some warm clothes. Man created it through the technology, demon technology, yeah. Unfortunately, we're using that demon technology too, but we're using it for good. We're using it for good, which is great. Use the technology for good, and you're going to have it with anything. You are going to have it with anything, you all. Let me, yeah, this was last night. What happened to the moon? This is a short video. I did this after my longer video, if you're just tuning in. And this was supposed to be, well, it was. This is what they said. Orion flew over Apollo landing sites. So I don't know how Apollo would have been able to land on the moon with this type of a surface. I really have no idea how it would be possible. I can't see how it would have been able to, right there. It'd be really, really hard to land on the moon with that type of a surface. It would. But it's okay. It's okay. You always seen it. You seen it here. Yes, you did. Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank you, Truth the Goddess. Where does the moon and the sun go? Well, there's a really good observatory site that shows the telescopes in Hawaii. They have other sites with other cameras, and it really does show well what happens when the sun goes down and the moon goes down, because they both have the outline of an enormous disk around them, is what they both have the outline of. I mean, they have their super bright light in the sky that comes down with the moon, and as it comes down, you clearly see an enormous outline of a disk, and then it changes like into something else. And then the sun, as it's going down or rising up, it too has an enormous outline of like a disk, but yet as the sun sets at times, it appears like a square, The moon, I don't know if I've caught the moon as a square before either, but there's one camera facing one of the telescopes in Hawaii. It's not the ones that are on the main beaten path. It's not that one. It's a different telescope that has a different camera that has all different telescopes than what the public normally sees. And you can see the evidence of the enormous outline curvature of the sun. When it's up there, you see like a great big outline of something else up there. You can see it on some live webcams too, even on the FAA. So there is something more that's happening, and we're being kept in the dark somewhat. We are. Let me I gotta get back over here, you all. In the dark. But this is from last night. It's okay. Every good and perfect gift is from above. I like that, Mickey, honey. Coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. Yes, I like that. James, the book of James 1:17. Yeah, that's great, you all. It is great. It is good. So we can use this we can say this is a good and perfect gift. We can turn it around, and we can transmute the energy for good. That's what we can do. Transmute it for good, you all. So it's perfect. It's lovely. If you just tuning in, it is quite lovely to do it. I like it. Yeah, we got to think positive. I went somewhere yesterday and ran into this gentleman. And I was with Justice. We went somewhere. I had to return curtains for the wrong curtains that were ordered. My husband ordered wrong curtains off of Amazon, so I took it to the UPS drop-off. But we went into this place, and there was this young gentleman, and he had the ability to see your chakras. Every single one of them. He had the gift to see it. He knew immediately when we walked into the door. I said, well, we got to talking. I said, well, do I have any blockages in my chakra? He said, yes, your throat chakra is blocked. Which I said, well, how did it get that way? This is really cool. Negative self-talk. And I thought, wow. I tell people don't be talking bad about themselves, having talks of self-defeat against themselves, but I did it to myself. I did it to myself. I am guilty of doing the same thing that I say don't do, but he felt it. I mean, he in his spiritual senses, right there, my throat chakra, boom. And I said, well, can you clear it? He said, yes, he cleared it. He cleared my throat chakra. He could also see there was something up here. It was 9. There's 9 of them. The one up here, you all listen to this. He also does Reiki healing too. Reiki, what are the chances? Listen, he knew about the Akashic records. He knew about that too. He knew about a lot of stuff. A total stranger, but really was not a stranger in the spiritual realm. What do you call that 9th one up here? He said, yours is about that big up there. Whatever this one is, the solar whatever thing up there is 6 inches above your head. And he saw the one below your feet. He saw mine down there, and he said it is literally spread out all over the place. Because I told him, I said, I can use my rods and I can move the ley lines and the energy. I can work with energy, and I can pull it up. He pulls energy down when he does things. He also had the ability, he can pull demons out of people. Yeah, whatever you call that. Yeah, it's wild. Beautiful, beautiful soul he was. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. I loved it, you all. Yeah, it's great. X-Man, you are in here. That's wonderful. Hello, Vonda, honey. Hello. So yeah, you all, that was, and if you think about it, if you think of the chakras, just thinking like nine whatever, and the one that's up here, it would look like a halo. It would look like a halo right there, right above, like a halo. And it's true, if you think about it. The glowing light, you know, you see the depictions of Jesus, and he looks like he's got a halo right up there. Now, granted, this type of knowledge, it doesn't bode well with some who hold strictly to religion. It doesn't bode well for some who do, because anything outside of what the Bible says, even though it may be true, and there is things to it, there is things to this, it's not widely accepted. It's not. But I tell you what, when he cleared that throat chakra, I moved my neck like this, I could hear it pop. I felt a pop. Just barely moved my neck, and it's like crack, crack, boom, just like that. Just like that, you all. It was wild. But we're talking about the moon. We are. And NASA needs to tell us what's going on, because something truly is not right with this footage. It was official footage with Orion flying over some of the sites where the Apollo sites landings were. Look at that. Come on, we had to see it coming on here again. We do. You got to beware, you all. Once emerging from behind the moon, it flew over. Just like that. It did. So I am going to go. I've got my cup of love. Let's read it, you all. I got to warm it up now. It's give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, and his love endures forever. It truly is. It is all about, it's all about the love inside your being. When you come right down to it, no matter what it is in life, if you don't have love, what's the Apostle Paul? You're like a sounding gong, resounding gong. It's all for naught without love. If you have a faith that can move mountains, if you can speak in tongues, all of it, if you don't got love, you don't got nothing. You don't have the most important thing, because God is love. L-O-V-E, you all. It's what it's all boiled down to. But that moon, there's something going on with that new moon, and NASA needs to come clean. But really, if they do, then what's going to happen? Have we moved on a different timeline? Have we? Are we in a different realm? Did CERN cause something and we got something like a Mandela effect? Was the earth destroyed and our reality had to be, we had to live in somewhat of a simulated reality until they can go back in time and fix what was done? What is done? That's a theory too. Our world got destroyed and they had to build a simulated world, even though it looks real and we can engage with it, until they can go back and try to fix it. Something. That's right. So I am going to go, and with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world, Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all, and thank you for coming on. That's right. Wally. Yes, Wally. That was, oh my gosh. That was a very depressing cartoon, Wally. It was. The rubble and the little, it was depressing what happened to Earth. It got destroyed. Utterly destroyed. Rubble. Yeah. So I'll say it again. Thank you, moderators, and hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day and morning.